Hello, hello. This is video 5, I believe, out of 100. It's 11:40 p.m. Getting in just before the, you know, getting in just before the time is up for me. I got to do this before midnight. I noticed I've been sort of watching my videos. It's really interesting doing this and just seeing the developments. And when you go back and you watch your videos, you find all the little like things that you do, all your little facial ticks and stuff that you do. It's really interesting. um, oh my god, I completely just lost my train of thought. So it's been fun, and I've actually noticed a lot, and I've gathered a lot of information, and I think, I have good ideas of how I can really, really improve on making video. And I also noticed that I've been shoving it off as like a last thing at night, and I don't really like that. I don't want it to be just that kind of thing. I want it to be something that's more on my mind and more um, be more proactive about it. So I'm gonna try to do that in the future. It's hard to do it with kids though. Hard to do it with kids and other obligations and things like that. But it's not an excuse. God damn it. Anyway, I just had a really long and interesting conversation with my wife about arguing with people on Twitter. So let's talk about that, because that's a good one. That's a really good one. So we were just talking about so she commented on something, and there was a few people who were like with election related stuff. She's of the same mind that I am, that a lot of fraudulent stuff going on, and she had the obligatory sources and more sources and all the boring shit from crazy people. And I wouldn't say she was feeling a little upset about it, or like disoriented or something. I don't know. And it is a little bit disorienting, I gotta say. But I was trying to talk her through it and help her understand it. And we actually went swimming today together, which was fun. Um, and again, I mentioned my little project that I'm doing with my friend to try to make people anti-fragile. Um, So swimming is really, it's fascinating when you're an adult, and when you have the adult mind and you have the adult experience and the adult um, temperament, and you're swimming. You're not just some stupid little kid anymore, just like going in the pool and screwing around. It's a whole different. You get a whole different range of emotions and experiences. It's really interesting. So one of the things that I noticed when I started swimming again, right, as an adult, of course, I was very panicky, and when I would go underwater and then I would come back up, I was always very panicky. It was always like it was almost like, I need to get air. I need to get air. Go up and get air. Go quick. I need to go up. And then when I would go up, I would just and it's very desperate. It's a really desperate kind of feeling, like I'm gonna freaking die if I don't go up and get air. And what I started doing, at the advice of my friend who is more experienced than me, right? He was saying, you look really panicked when you come up for air. Try to calm down. And I said, okay, duly noted. You're right about that. So what I would start doing was I would be underwater and I would come up and I would just and go right back down. And it's one of those experiences, that those things where when you come up and your lungs and your body want so much more than just the little one breath of air that you get, but you like force your head back down anyways, and you just keep going down, and you do that. And what you find out is, it's almost like your brain's playing tricks on you. You find out that, what would be a good way to put it? Let's say, so you're like, it's something like, here's your oxygen level, right? Yeah, there. So you're at full capacity when you first go under. And then it goes down, 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 down. And then you come up for air. And when you're sitting there and breathing for like 10 minutes, you're trying to go from here to get all the way back up here. But if you just quickly breathe one breath, you're going from here. You may not be going up to here, but you're going from here to like here, you know? And then it'll go down, 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 and then you'll like do it again. So it's almost like you're operating on limited time, and each time you calmly pull your head up and breathe, you're not losing distance. So you're not losing your speed of how you're swimming, right? You're not slowing down. That's the word I'm looking for. Christ Almighty. And in exchange for that, you're only slightly replenishing the tank. And it's a really weird. It's not weird. It is kind of weird. It's just good. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to do. It's similar when it's very much similar to when any other exercise or any working out that you're doing, where you feel like you've hit your limit, but they have some kind of saying or something like when you feel like you've hit your limit, you're only 40% there or something like that. You're only 40% at your limit or 60%. I don't remember what it is. But the principle is when you push through that, all of a sudden you come out on the other side, and it's like, oh, I can just keep going for so long. But my body and my brain was telling me that I was done and that I needed to stop. But that was bullshit, as it turned out. Anyway, all this to say, you can apply that same principle to Twitter fights, right? You can say, someone says some psychotic crap to me. Well, that's fine. I don't give a shit about that, right? So, bye. And either just scroll past it or block them. That's the best thing that you can do for the sake of your own mentality. And there aren't a lot of people who have really. It sounds stupid to say this, but there aren't a lot of people who seem to have that mastered, that kind of mentality of I don't give a rat's ass what you think. Like, leave me alone. You're stupid, and I don't care, kind of thing. Most of the time, I'm good about that, but I get sucked into these absolutely ridiculous Twitter arguments too. And it's sometimes it's fun, and sometimes it's you walk away and you feel like a complete goddamn retard. It drives me nuts. Anyway, I just thought it was a good conversation that we had, and I think, I guess it sort of reinforced what I think really needs to be done. What I think needs to be done, what I think our culture needs more than anything right now is not peace and not this stupid hippy dippy bullshit. You need to have a certain mentality. And you need to not just say that you have it. You need to actually have it, if that makes sense. So, what the hell is that stupid ass take that I saw? I saw some guy saying something about. He said something like, "Well, I don't want to look like a pussy, so I just don't smile," or something like that. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. I was like, okay, so you understand you are a pussy, right? Because you're letting these idiots you're letting them dictate you. You're saying oh no, I'm not a pussy, man. That's why I don't smile. And it's all this big show. It's stupid. It's fake. It's a big little, what do they say, paper tiger or whatever. It's stupid. It's absolutely ridiculous. Even though in the very doing of that thing that you're doing, you're letting them control you and dictate your life. It's absolutely ridiculous. And amazingly just unaware and retarded. So I think that's really what people need. We don't need customs and rituals and stupid shit like that. I mean, those things aren't bad, don't get me wrong, but that's not what's missing. What's missing is, well, number one, what's missing is the lack of real physical consequence for 99% of people. That was another take that someone else, this is a take that someone else had too. Talking about free speech and how people love attaching all this hippy dippy mumbo jumbo bullshit into free speech. But when the idea of the US Constitution was created, we had things called duels. So you couldn't just go around saying whatever the hell you wanted about people. And they fucking duel you. And then what? Okay, well, pick up the damn gun and take your fucking paces, and we'll see if you're still talking, right? From what I understand, most of the duels back then usually ended peacefully. Like, funny enough, it makes perfect sense too, because when you're actually sitting there with a goddamn gun and you're looking at it, and it's like, wow, I'm about to risk my life over some argument that I had with someone that I don't care about. Yeah, fuck this. Why don't we just call it quits here? I'm sorry I said that. All of a sudden, oh, look, I'm so reasonable all of a sudden now that my life is actually on the line. And that is missing. That is missing in a very, very big way. And I don't think there's anything that you can really do about that at this point, just because of the way the culture and how we live life. And that's okay. It just means that you need to change how you approach things. And the sooner you change how you approach these things, the sooner you can get ahead of everyone else, because everyone else clearly isn't fucking doing it. Everyone else is wrapped up in stupid arguments on Facebook and all this other nonsense. So if you can adopt the right, I don't know what I would call it, the right attitude maybe, and really, really have that attitude ingrained in you. Like, forget all the fucking idiots. They don't matter. Like, the point is to, focus on you. Those hands are really close to the camera. Focus on you. You are fucking zen, and you are here in yourself, and you are comfortable with yourself absolutely and fully, and you are going to answer your goddamn calling, and you're not going to run away from it. That's the kind of attitude to have. If you can really embody that, and really actually embody that, and not just want to embody that and talk about embodying that. I went under. You can then, if you can step into that frame, I'll call it a frame, you'll be so far ahead of virtually everyone else. Step into that. It's going to be a long time for me to make this thing, but I really, really want to see people start stepping more into that kind of frame of reference. Frame. Not frame of reference, just frame. Into that kind of frame, okay? And that's what matters to me. More than anything, I think. I mean, obviously not my family and stuff, but as far as calling and things like that, more than anything, that's what I care about, and that's what I want people to do. Seriously. And I don't know. Hopefully I can help people out with that. That'd be great. And that's good enough for now. Until next time.